Hello and welcome once again to the Aberdare Road Races and our second highlights programme. This is what we've enjoyed so far.
Oh, Justin Collins. Oh, just kicking through the bales. Will Holland, the race leader, as Dixon tries up the inside this time. Dixon's going for it, and Dixon's got it. It's the victory lap for Ryan Dixon. Here we go. Crosses the line now, takes the checkered flag.
One rider taking part this weekend is doing so under very different circumstances to his fellow competitors. Chris Ganley is an amputee motorcycle racer.
I race one-handed, with obviously a few other injuries on top as well, so it makes it more interesting. My company sergeant major actually got me into the army racing team. Not racing, but I was spannering for them. And then a couple of the riders went out to the Manx Grand Prix, and I said, you know what, if I can do this, this is where I want to go. And I never got a chance to race before I had all the injuries. So I actually used that as my drive after I got injured to go, you know what, I just want to see if I can do this. This is huge to be even allowed to race here in the first place. For me, it's a dream. It's a dream in the making. It really is.
So let's take a closer look at the circuit. They're all excited about racing on. At just under a mile in length, it's one of the shortest racetracks anywhere on the planet. However, it's fast and flowing, and there's been racing here since just after the Second World War. The park itself has been here longer and goes back to Queen Victoria. Despite its shortness, there are quite a few gear changes and there are plenty of overtaking opportunities. And the first turn at Rosaries is one of the most spectacular of any road circuit. The lap record is inside 40 seconds, which shows just how quick this layout is.
Here we go then for the Sound of Thunder final. Andy Smart on bike number 10, just taking up his position behind him. Dean McMaster on 2. Number 7 though, Ryan Dixon. But it is Smart who's in pole position for this race. Sinclair completing the front row. Holland and Jones alongside McMaster on row number 2. Wright, Morris and Taylor on row 3. And on row 4, Hayes, Smallman and Stanaway. Oh, and a little bit of a wheelie at the back of the pack. That looked like Max Taylor. However, as they go into Rosaries for the very first time, it is number 10, Andy Smart, who leads. We're looking back from Ryan Dixon. Dean McMaster just filling the screen momentarily there as they all power away and all trying to catch this man, Andy Smart. Andy Smart, the early race leader on this opening lap. Second place, Alex Sinclair, number 42. Dixon's also there, bike number 7. Will Holland on number 93. This is a cracking start for Andy Smart. A great opening lap for Smart from Sinclair and Holland. Dixon on bike 7, McMaster on bike 2, 4th and 5th respectively. This is the man in 5th position, Dean McMaster, providing the pictures. Not so much blue sky today as there was yesterday. As we go back on board with Alex Sinclair. Andy Smart still leading from number 42, Alex Sinclair. Ryan Dixon threatening to take 3rd place. Here they come to complete yet another lap. Ryan Dixon won this race yesterday. He's not having it all his own way today though. But he's going the long way around. Super move by Ryan Dixon to go up into 3rd place. Almost took 2nd as well. Just slots in behind. So Ryan Dixon up into 3rd position. Will Holland back into 4th. Alex Sinclair still holding 2nd. This is the moment. Ryan Dixon powers his way past Will Holland. I think he was thinking about Sinclair, but just had to tuck in behind. Having passed Holland, Dixon now looking to do the same to Sinclair if he can. Long way around again. Dixon very, very close to Sinclair. Oh, and he's through, but has he managed to turn it in time? He has. Dixon up in the second place, Ryan Dixon second. Well, the focus may be on his cousin Jake today at the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. However, Ryan Dixon certainly enjoying himself here in Wales. He's been racking up the wins all weekend. And now, having been fourth in the early stages of this race and going up into second, he's looking very, very keen on taking first. So Andy Smart with a little bit of a battle on his hands to hold on to the P1 position. Oh, big slide. A slide, and that might just give Dixon the momentum to carry that through. But that was a massive slide by Smart on the exit of Rosaries. Here we go again. And just manages to keep it going. Heart in mouth moment, I should say. Well, Smart perhaps just feeling the pressure of Ryan Dixon behind him. Again, that back just kicking and bucking, and Dixon goes up the inside this time. Different option from him to take the position, which he does. So Dixon goes into first place now. So Ryan Dixon up into the P1 position, having held P4 in the early stages of this race. I've not seen anybody pass Ryan Dixon today. All I've seen is Dixon passing riders, and he does that here yet again. Alex Sinclair could be about to move into second position. Indeed he does. So Smart, the early race leader, now dropping back to third position. I wonder if his tyre's a little bit lively. You wouldn't think so over such a short race distance, but McMaster still inside the top 5, but here they come through. Master on the back of this little train. Andy Smart, having led in the early stages of this race, could be a struggle to stay on the podium, because he's now coming under pressure from Will Holland. Holland up the inside, and Holland now goes through. So Holland goes through into third place, turns it in time as well. So Smart going backwards on the leaderboard. McMaster still in 5th position, but Smart, who was leading on the opening lap, this man was in 4th on the opening lap, and he's now in 1st. And the man who was in 1st on the opening lap, Andy Smart, is now in 4th. So plenty of positions being changed on this leaderboard. You can't take your eyes off this one. And Holland and Sinclair contesting second place. Well, Dixon pulling away. There's not long to go. This has got slower riders ahead of him. That's Sinclair and Holland still arguing over who's going to finish this race in second position. Ryan Dixon continues to lead this race. Sinclair, Holland, Smart, McMaster. That's the top 5. That's the race order. That was Lee Stanaway just getting lapped on bike 57. Holland with his teeth firmly in the rear of Alex Sinclair. Waiting for his opportunity to maybe sneak past and take second from Sinclair. Dixon, though, is going to come and cross the line and take the checkered flag yet again. It's yet another victory for Ryan Dixon, and second place indeed goes to Alex Sinclair, just from Will Holland. It was a great battle between the two of them. But the spoils once again go to Ryan Dixon. Andy Smart, having led in the early stages, having to settle for fourth ahead of Dean McMaster, Will Holland, Alex Sinclair and race winner Ryan Dixon making up the podium.
After the break, there's more road racing from Aberdare. Welcome back to Wales and the Aberdare circuit. The focus now turns to the lightweight, ultra-lightweight class.
Here we go then with the lightweight, ultra-lightweight race. Will Burchell, Michael Rees and Chris Northover on the front row. However, Rees is a non-starter. Unfortunately, in fact, quite a few of these riders not able to make the grid for this first lightweight, ultra-lightweight race today. It was between Will Burchell and Chris Northover yesterday for the honours in this class. Burchell and Northover with a race win each. Burchell just powering ahead of Northover to the start, so it looks to be between them again. Phil Ellis on bike 45 in third position. Temperatures just a little bit cooler than they were yesterday. Burchell won the first race, Northover won the second. Who will take the third race in the lightweight class this weekend? Well, Burchell already threatening to pull away from Northover. So big gap back to Phil Ellis. It will be between these two riders. Northover on the Honda, Burchell on the Kawasaki. And Northover just closing that gap, it would seem. That's coming back down between first and second place. Battle further on down the field, the likes of Phil Ellis and John Cook, Dan Pearson. So we're concentrating on the two riders out in front still, Burchell and Northover. We're at the quarter distance, and there is number 49, Will Burchell, still ahead of 786 Chris Northover. Oh, now then, Northover looking for the gap, and he's got him. Through he goes. A sweet move from Chris Northover to go through on Will Burchell. Burchell trying to fight back, though, having lost that position. You can see just brake just a little bit later. Well, Burchell is taking the fight back to Chris Northover. Northover has to be inch perfect to make sure Burchell doesn't find his way through. Well, they've lapped most of the field. And there's Kerry Burton getting lapped for a second time. So Will Burchell in second position, unable to catch the race leader. In fact, that's Phil Ellis in third. So they've lapped back to third place. So it is all about Northover and Burchell, but really more about Northover than Burchell, because he really is dominating. Once he got to the front, Burchell's just not been able to stay at the same kind of pace. And there is the checkered flag for Chris Northover, taking the win from Will Burchell. And Phil Ellis, even though he's been lapped, should come home in third. Indeed, Phil Ellis is third, John Cook in fourth, Dan Pearson ahead of David Edwards. But Will Burchell in second, and it's a second win in this class this weekend for Chris Northover. We're lining up for the Park Challenge final, the Supersport class here at Aberdare. Plenty of riders in this one. In pole position, Andy Smart ahead of Jay Bellis-Smith and Ryan Dixon, who's been doing all the winning this weekend. Row number 2, Joey Lambden, Mark Goodings and Lewis Jones. Brandon Brinded, Dean McMaster and Aaron Matthews complete row 3. So another good start it would seem from Dixon. A superb start to go past Smart, the pole sitter. For first place looking back from Jay Bellis-Smith, number 1 Mark Goodings and number 3 Joey Lambden. Everybody settles into position in this opening lap. And Dixon, what a cracking start yet again from Ryan Dixon. He really has been the man to beat at Aberdare this weekend. Smart in second place. I'm looking back from Jay Bellis-Smith at Joey Lambden. So here they come then. Across the line they go. A great sweeping first turn here at Aberdare. Dixon, Smart, Bellis-Smith, Goodings, McMaster, Lambden all in there. Jay Bellis-Smith providing the pictures yet again, looking back. Bellis-Smith continues to hold third place behind Smart. Smart is trying to hang on to Ryan Dixon as long as he can, the race leader on the Triumph. Generally always get close racing with 600s. None more so there than here, I should say, at Aberdare. Bellis-Smith looking back at Joey Lambden. Mark Goodings continues to hold 5th position as well. So Dixon dictating the pace. Andy Smart, who set pole position, continues to hold second, but is just maybe losing a little bit of ground on the race leader. Mark Goodings on the Yamaha on bike number 1. A little three-way fight developing. They're just threatening to pull away from the rest of the pack. Dixon, Smart and Bellis-Smith. Good mixture of manufacturers in this as well. Honda, Suzuki, Yamaha, Kawasaki, Triumph. Andy Smart still keeping with Ryan Dixon. Jay Bellis-Smith just maybe losing a little bit of ground to the first 2, and you can see that battle for 4th further down the field. And here they come. Lewis Jones still in 6th place, looking very menacing. Behind Goodings and Lambden. So we complete yet another lap, and it's still Ryan Dixon with P1 next to his name. Down the Rosaries they go, down into Chapel, and then it's on to the back straight. We're riding on board with Mike Knorr. I think that was Matt Bell that just went past. And even though it's tight, you can see knees are being scraped along the ground. Certainly through the Exeter Rosaries and into Chapel. There really is. This is arguably the best scrap we've had this weekend between the front runners. These three continue to go at it, hammer and tong. Bellis-Smith now gaining ground on Andy Smart in 2nd place. But really they need to work together to make sure that Dixon doesn't pull away. All Bellis-Smith wants right now is 2nd position, of course. That's all he's thinking about, and quite rightly so. See as well how the circuit drops and rises. Here's a roller coaster. Battle for 4th between Lambden and Jones and Goodings continues to rage on. 12 laps, the race distance for this Park Challenge final. And getting swallowed up, that's Andy Hayes on bike 99, getting lapped. But there's not too far to go in this race, and it's still Ryan Dixon who continues to lead. Mike Nor just outside the top 10. Here they come. It's going to be a grandstand finish to this one. Really nothing between them still, just around a second or so covering the top three riders. Bella Smith looking very agitated in third, trying everything he can to gain some ground and make a move on Andy Smart. Smart just trying to stay with Ryan Dixon. So here they go then, one last time. Less than a mile to go. And maybe this time Bella Smith perhaps attempting a move on Andy Smart, but not quite pulling it off on this occasion. So he remains in third place, but he's trying everything he can to get past Andy Smart. Smart, meanwhile, concentrating. Well, he's got to not only think about trying to pass Dixon, he's got to hold off Bella Smith as well. However, he looks closer to Dixon than he is to Bella Smith at this moment in time. But it's going to take something out of the ordinary, you'd think, as the checkered flag comes out. And indeed, it is victory yet again for Ryan Dixon. Smart in second, Bella Smith in third. Wow. And less than half a second covering them across the line. What a great Supersport race that was here at Aberdare. And a great result too for Lewis Jones, taking fourth position ahead of Mark Goodings and Dean McMaster, with Joey Lambden eventually in seventh. But it's Bella Smith, Smart and Dixon, the top three.
Don't go too far, there's more racing still to come from Aberdare. Welcome back to Wales and the Aberdare Road Races. Making their way onto the track is the Golden Era machinery.
There's not a bookie in the land that will give you a bet on Alex Sinclair winning this one. Tony Griffiths and Marty Robbins on the front row. Wayne Axon, Dan Pearson and Richard Hughes making up row number 2. 4 rows of riders taking part in this. So here we go again, Alex Sinclair. Can Tony Griffiths get close? No, he can't. It's as you were. A bit of deja vu really with the earlier Golden Era races this weekend. So Sinclair pulling away already on the Ducati. Griffiths in second position. However, you have to say there will be question marks over who can finish third. Oh, and already, well, maybe there's a question mark over second position, because Dan Pearson is certainly taking the fight to this man, Tony Griffiths, on the Kawasaki 400. Alex Sinclair on the Ducati 748, which, as it is a much more powerful machine, you'd expect to dominate the rest of these 400s and 500s. Plenty of action further down the field as well. 383 Richard Hughes. Alex Sinclair providing us pictures once again. And an open road, something he's seen a lot of this weekend in this class. So he begins lap number 3. 383 Richard Hughes just behind Shannon Bishop. Marty Robbins just behind him on 617, or behind Hughes I should say. Sun breaking out through the clouds, but no one breaking out from that pack just yet. It's still pretty tight, certainly for second place between Griffiths and Pearson. And a gap back to Bishop, Hughes and Robbins in the battle for fourth. But Griffiths has got he's had it quite easy, if I'm allowed to say that, in the golden era this weekend. However, Dan Pearson is taking the fight to him. Pearson on the ER 500, Griffiths on the ZXR 400. And it is still Griffiths just holding off Pearson. And you fancy maybe it might be a mistake from Griffiths that would allow Pearson to make a move. They just can't seem to find the power or a gap to exploit to take second place from this man, Tony Griffiths. Well, Sinclair has gone through a long time ago. Fastest lap of the race so far too for Alex Sinclair. Sinclair with a 42.35. Talking of Alex Sinclair, here he is. And he'll start coming up along the slower riders. Pearson continues to buzz all over the back of Tony Griffiths, and Griffiths doing his utmost to hold him off and hang on to second position. Still, Pearson hounding Griffiths, trying to find a little gap to exploit. Or maybe a slower rider such as Chris Pettit on the MZ might just provide that, but no, Pettit just moves out of the way. If Pearson has a plan, he'd better come up with it very soon. Not too long to go in this race, 12 laps the distance. This man, Alex Sinclair, a long way ahead of everybody else. The last lap flag goes out for Alex Sinclair. Tony Griffiths in second place. Sinclair's lead is around 16 seconds, 17 seconds now over Tony Griffiths. Dan Pearson still very close behind, but not close enough, you would imagine, or you'd think. So it looks like being another second place, unless something untoward should happen, maybe with slower traffic. But Pearson perhaps has waved the white flag and said, yeah, you can have second place, Tony Griffiths. Sinclair, though, is going to take the win. Here he comes. Another victory in the golden era class. The checkered flag greets Alex Sinclair. Another dominant display from the Ducati rider. 18 seconds the margin of victory over Tony Griffiths, who is another 3 seconds ahead of Dan Pearson. Shannon Bishop wins the battle for fourth ahead of Richard Hughes and Marty Robbins. We have all manner of machinery in this, the invitation race. 12 laps the race distance. It's a mixture, as I say, of Super Twins and Supersport machines. And already just going into the lead is Andy Smart on bike number 10, but Jay Bella-Smith on 14 is with him. Ryan Dixon on the Triumph, just a little bit further back down the order. Looking back from Ryan Dixon at number 42, Alex Sinclair. It is Andy Smart, though, from Jay Bella-Smith, who leads this in the opening stages. Justin Collins on bike 82, the Yamaha R6 in third, but this is the battle for first that we're watching right now. Jay Bella-Smith in second position behind Andy Smart as they begin this next lap. Oh, Ryan Dixon just going past number 66. So William Wall losing a position. Andy Smart and Jay Bella-Smith, though, making hay while the sun shines here in Wales. Still Collins, and then it is McMaster from Dixon. So they complete the lap, and it is Smart from Bella-Smith, and those two a good distance ahead of Collins in third place. Big battle going on for third further back, involving McMaster and Dixon as well, just behind Collins. And we're on board with Ryan Dixon, who is ahead of Dean McMaster on bike number 2. Such a nice flowing circuit this, even though it's tight and twisty, there is a flow to it. Not too stop-start. Jay Bella-Smith continuing to try to hunt down Andy Smith, the race leader in this invitation race. There is Collins still in third place. Dixon now in fourth, having, as I say, we passed McMaster a short time ago. Still nothing between these two really out in front, although I think Jay Bella-Smith would like to be a little bit closer to Andy Smart than he is right now. Plenty of time though. As Collins continues to hold on in third place. Dixon looking to close down that gap to Collins. And McMaster coming along as well for the ride in fifth place. Collins, Dixon, McMaster. Not sure whether Dixon on the Triumph. Oh, now then, red flag. The red flag is out, unfortunately. So we might have a result. We'll wait for that to be declared. But a red flag has brought this race to a premature stop. Andy Smart was leading it when the red flag came out, and he is awarded the race. Jay Bella-Smith in second place, and Justin Collins takes third, with Ryan Dixon off the podium on this occasion.
Stay tuned, as there's more road racing from Aberdare still to come. Welcome back to Wales and the Aberdare circuit.
It's a big one. It's the Welsh Open final. Ryan Dixon looking to regain the Welsh Open title that he won back in 2022. Jay Bella-Smith, though, is in pole position for this. Andy Smart completing the front row. Mark Goodings, Brandon Brinded, and Lewis Jones on row number 2. Collins, Lambden and Matthews on row 3. McMaster, Holland and Max Dixon on row number 4. Here we go then. Dixon on bike number 7, looking to get the best start. Oh my goodness, there's elbows bashing, and he just holds off Dixon. My goodness me, that was a bit tricky. But Bella-Smith ahead of Smart. But yeah, good job. I think Dixon just held off. Let's watch that again. Dixon on the back wheel. A little bit of a lean over into Bella-Smith, and then elbows brushing with Smart. Bella-Smith from Smart, from Dixon in third. 15 laps the race distance for this. It is the big one. Bella-Smith from Smart with Ryan Dixon. Also a cracking start for number 98, Brandon Brinded on the Triumph. But looking back at number 7, Ryan Dixon. And it is this little runaway train at the front, these 3 riders breaking away from the rest of the pack. It's Jay Bella-Smith continues to lead. Andy Smart in second position, Ryan Dixon in third. Now the winner of the Welsh Open is on aggregate timing, of course. So it's not the winner of this race necessarily. It's whoever's got the best aggregate timing over the first and second Welsh Open finals. Just see a bit of a slide there from Dixon. He's losing a little bit of ground on the front two. That gap's just opened up. He has the advantage, of course, of winning the first Welsh Open final. But Jay Bella-Smith looking to pull away. And as I say, they'll add the times together from yesterday's Welsh Open final, and that will determine who wins this year. So Smart right with Bella-Smith. Dixon looking to close that gap back down again. Just sits up in the middle of the turn slightly. Conditions really good yet again here at Aberdare. Bit of a cloudy start earlier today, but looking good now. I don't know whether Dixon's just playing a waiting game perhaps. And lots of action further down the field. Matthew Bell on bike 23, Lewis Jones on 25. With a daisy cutter again. Now then, this is further down 82, Justin Collins leading this little pack, but it looked like Lewis Jones perhaps going through. Dixon looking to get the speed out of the turn if he can. Still nothing between these three, but however, Dixon, oh my goodness me, no. Bella-Smith gets mugged on both sides. Wow, Bella-Smith, oh no, he doesn't. Wow, sort that one out. Andy Smart now leads. It looked like Dixon had taken the lead, but Smart went up the inside of Bella-Smith. Dixon ran the outside. It looked like Dixon had got Bella-Smith, but Bella-Smith, instead of going from first to third, is back into second, but Smart now leads. Dixon, after all that, is still in third place. Well, I thought the start of this race was perhaps the biggest or craziest part of the weekend we've had so far, but I think that certainly has to be up there. In fact, I would say that was crazier. Smart still in first place, Bella-Smith in second, Dixon in third. Jay Bella-Smith must have wondered what happened to him. Getting passed on both sides. And having taken the lead, Andy Smart is wanting to pull further away if he can from Bella-Smith and Dixon. I just wonder whether Bella-Smith is holding up. No, he's not. Not anymore. As Dixon goes through to second place, he goes up the inside this time, instead of going the long way around as he did before. So through he goes to second place. Bella-Smith, who led in the early stages of this one, now back in third. I'm trying to think of a time when I've seen Ryan Dixon pass this weekend, maybe momentarily, when Bella-Smith went from first to third and then back to second. You could argue that Dixon didn't really have hold of second place at that time. Andy Smart doing everything he can. He knows he's got to pull away from Ryan Dixon if he's going to take the Welsh Open title. He needs a really big gap between him and Dixon time-wise. Dixon knows, really, as long as he crosses the line right on the back wheel of Smart, he will take it, although Dixon, of course, will want to win both races. You see the gap back to fourth place. And through goes Mark Goodings on his own. And there goes Lewis Jones. Dean McMaster just behind Brindred. There's Aaron Matthews and Matt Bell battling away for 8th position. Bell ahead of Matthews, the Kawasaki and the Triumph riders. We're back with the first three. Bella-Smith in third place. Just coming around Buckley's, around Fountain. Out Fountain they come. And Bella Smith continues to hold third place. Dixon in second. What Dixon doesn't really want to do, of course, is push it too hard and make a mistake and chuck away that Welsh Open title, which he's got one hand on. We're riding with the race leader, Andy Smart, looking back at Ryan Dixon. Bella Smith just losing a little bit of ground now on the front two. Great ride, it has to be said, by Andy Smart. He's doing everything he needs to do to take the Welsh Open title. Ryan Dixon has been the man of the meeting. He's racked up a lot of wins. I've lost count. I think, I'm not sure if it's 8 or 9 now, but certainly Dixon has been the man to beat this weekend, but Andy Smart wants to take the big one, the Welsh Open title. And he is going the right way about it by trying to take victory in this second Welsh Open race. But will Ryan Dixon take it overall on aggregate time? Yeah, Bella Smith just off the pace of the front two now. Smart being smart. All three riders have lapped inside 40 seconds. Fastest lap of the race has been recorded so far by Ryan Dixon. He did that on lap 4, a 39.1. Smart has been in the 39s. Bella Smith at 39.3. Well, time is running out in this one, but I would say Ryan Dixon has closed that gap down. Bella Smith in third place, a bit lonely, so too Mark Gooding's a little bit lonely in fourth position. Bella Smith has not been able to stay on the same kind of pace as the two men in front of him, Andy Smart and Ryan Dixon. This is the battle for 8th, Bell and Matthews. So here they come then, start the 15th and last lap of this Welsh Open final. Andy Smart still from Ryan Dixon. It will be calculators out. I can't see Dixon winning it now, or certainly not winning the race. Whether he'll win the overall remains to be seen. Bella Smith continues to hold third place. Mark Gooding's a little bit further back, around 6-7 seconds back in fourth. It's between Andy Smart and Ryan Dixon for the race win. I think that's Mike Knorr that perhaps is going to get lapped. But here they go, across the line now. Smart takes the checkered flag. Dixon in second place. But has Dixon done enough to take it overall? This is how the Welsh Open finishes. And Ryan Dixon 1.7 seconds behind Andy Smart with Bella Smith in third. But Ryan Dixon wins on aggregate timing the Welsh Open final.
Good to get the title back after I last won it in 22. I did come here last year, but had a bit of an injury which hampered me, and the wet weather. Yeah, I was a bit nervous on the Saturday, so yeah, just nice to get it back really.
With just one more round to go in the King of the Road series, this is how the overall picture looks, with current champion Davey Todd having a firm grip on his crown. That's all for now from Aberdare. Join us again next time on King of the Roads for more top-class road racing action. Goodbye for now.